Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing amazing today. It's Wednesday. I'm feeling really good. It's been a busy week, but I'm great. How are you?
I am doing well as well. I am excited to be here with you. Thank you so much for inviting us to be here to talk about this.
Yeah, well, this is really one of those things that we are continuing here at Converge Media, and particularly on the day with Trae. We want to make sure our folks out there in the community know about these funds. Tell us a bit about what the GSBA does before we dive into the fund.
Absolutely. We are the largest LGBTQ chamber in the nation. And it's exciting because we are able to work with small businesses, those that are in the Black community, marginalized communities, people of color, Indigenous folks, also with our LGBTQ folks. And we're able to help them thrive and survive.
Yeah, this is really a very special business association, right? And you just sat there and described how it's so unique. There's many business associations, but you guys are taking a very community centric approach to your work by allowing all of those business owners who really, are part of that demographic you just spoke of to be a part of GSBA, right?
Yes, it's really giving a voice where there needs to be and providing access where it needs to be, where it hasn't been in the past. And our chamber is unique, as you say, in the ability to be able to reach out to those and provide that platform for them.
Yeah, and it's important. I think when we think about business supports and services, we talk about it often. The communities of America are really thriving on the backbone of small business. And so, it's important that we have those kinds of opportunities for all of our business owners out there. Now, you guys have a new fund coming out. It's called Ready for Business Fund. Tell us all about this.
Oh, I'm so excited about this fund. It started in 2020 and it really came out of the pandemic and having a conversation with several businesses out there that said, "Hey, we need to have access to funds and we're having a hard time getting there." And so Ilona, who it's her brainchild, and she's amazing. Ilona Lowry, she's our deputy director of Business Association, and she came up with the thought of, "Hey, why can't we just have a grant? Why can't we put this together?" And we went out there. We got some seed money from Comcast, and they came alongside. And this year, we're great, so excited that, just hold your fingers on this, but so excited that we're going to be able to give away hopefully 90 grants this year. We started out doing 30. I believe last year we did 60, so 90. So we're moving on up. And we're hoping that each grant will be a minimum of 2,500, I believe is what we're going to be able to do. And it's a very simple application. I mean, we tried really hard to keep it as simple as possible. I believe there's two questions. One is related to how you're going to spend the funds. We are making sure that these funds are allocated with a primary focus on the areas that I had mentioned before, our Black folks, our Indigenous folks, our LGBTQ folks. But the grant is open up statewide, so folks can just be encouraged to please apply. And that grant applications are open now, and they're open through July 26th. Or
Wow.
excuse me, June 26th.
June 26th. Okay. So they have now over a week to get this application in. And you guys are, this is something I really appreciate. I think we have really understood barriers to access, right? So the idea that it's two questions, very simple application. How did you guys say, you know what, we're going to be one of the institutions responsible for lowering barriers to access and ensuring that the communities we're looking to serve will be able to do this without it being a huge burden on them? What was some of the thoughts behind that for you guys?
Yeah, both Alona and I come from a banking background. I was in it for 25 years. I believe Alona was in it for 30 years before we got into this work. And what we came across, and also having conversations, because one of the things that I did when we jumped into COVID is started to do free consulting. And so GSBA still has this program, and it is a part of this grant program. In fact, folks can reach out, and I call it throw spaghetti against the wall approach. And in that time, they had shared that in those free consulting times that we had together, one of the things that was consistent in our conversations was the fact that I don't have access to funds. I'm trying to make it. I'm about 2 seconds from closing my doors. How can I get in there? And having the banking background and knowing what was required to acquire a loan and some of the other grants that were out there, Alona and I sat down and we had a conversation. Alona came up and she said, you know what, we need to be able to get these funds to these folks. We got to get cash in the hands of these people. And that's basically how it started. And then we started thinking about all the different barriers when we started looking at other grant applications and all the different stepping stones that they had to go through. And I said, that's not realistic for some of our businesses that are out there. Can we make it simpler? And that's really where it all stemmed from. It stemmed from a place of how can we get the funds in these folks' hands as quickly as possible and in a way that allows us to be responsible. So we do have a group of individuals that come and actually look at these applications. Last year we had 3,000 applications. Yes. 3,000 applications we had to go through. I don't have any clue as what we're going to have this year. I just stay tuned. But they come together. I believe we had about 50 folks. They read each of those applications and determined which ones. And in doing so, we don't just leave those alone, though. Even if you didn't make it in, it's okay. We still reach out to you and give you opportunities. We might not be able to give you cash in hand right away, but we're going to give you those wraparound services. And so the grant does come with that. It also comes with a free membership to GSBA, and it comes with my free consultant. It also comes with an opportunity to attend our classes, which are free. So these are all areas that we've spent a lot of time looking at barriers and figuring out how can we kick those to the curb and allow people to walk through the doors.
This is, I think, so important. Toraya, I'm so glad that GSBA is on it in the way that you guys are, and also that you guys can be that conduit, because I think so much of what businesses experience, I know for Black community, is we need to build relationship with those who are going to be helping us along the way. We need to be able to know we can go to you, that you're reliable, that you'll hold us accountable, we can hold you accountable. So much of that is embedded in the solid approach that you all are taking to be there for these businesses. And the fact that this is statewide is phenomenal, because oftentimes we see that funding comes in and it's only for a certain sector. But we have, again, we talk about the effects of like gentrification. Our business owners, particularly our solopreneurs, have had to spread all throughout South King County, throughout to other counties, other cities throughout the state. All of that is really important, that you guys said, no, this has got to be statewide. And 3,000 applications is phenomenal. That means you guys are also doing a great job to get the word out so that people understand these funds are available. I'm glad that we can spend some time today to dive into this. Clearly, you are in the right role because you're excited about this work. And thank you for bringing all of your banking expertise to something that is now truly serving communities. Before I let you go, you get to look right there and make sure people know how to apply for these funds, how to get connected to GSBA.
Yes. So please reach out to us on our website. It's www.thegsba.org. There is a link that says Ready for Business. All you have to do is tap into it and apply. It's that simple. Please, please apply.
Well, thank you so much, Toraya. I appreciate you for coming on today and really for being there for our businesses. It's so necessary. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.